Hi my dear friends, I'm wishing you a happy new year, a good start of this year and a very, very successful one. What I'm doing here is something unusual for me. I haven't posted on Instagram for ages, I think. And I'm not very active on social media as a contributor, to be honest. But it's the new year and we have all different ideas and different plans and we want to see what we can do with this new year. So one of my ideas is that I will be a lot more active here. And on other social media possibly. And if you want, you can follow me. If you want, you can join me. I can't promise yet that I will do that on a weekly basis or more frequent or less frequent, but I just want to be a little bit more present here. And there's some reason for it, and I'll get into that another time. But one of the things in my life is that I absolutely love learning, and growth is really, really important to me. A day without learning is a wasted day. This is something I say often. So I know a fair amount of stuff, and I'm trained in a lot of areas, and a good of my friends know that I do have a good bit of knowledge. But recently a very good friend said, you know what will happen? When you die, I don't have any plans yet, but it will happen, I know that. So she said, when you die, you will be one of the people with the most knowledge. She was over exaggerating a little bit, but she's a friend, so we'll let her get away with it. But you will be one of the people with the most knowledge that dies and hasn't passed it on to anybody. And to be honest, that kind of shook me a little, because, you know, knowing stuff just for knowing's sake is maybe satisfactory to me, but it's useless. It's a waste of time. And I could use my time better. So I don't want to bombard you with knowledge, but I want to share some of my thoughts, some of my ideas. And if it's useful, if it's interesting to you, super. And if it's not, that's perfectly fine as well. I will see it in your likes, in the number of followers, if I'm doing in the right direction or not. And so my attempt is to be a little bit more out there this year and to be more active, and also to run some training programs again. I ran training programs about Tame Your Inner Critic, some of you might have been a part of that, and about goal setting, and about AI in the context of just normal life for everybody, even with no technical or IT expertise at all. We looked at that AI training, at how AI affects us and how we can use it and what are the dangers. It's a really exciting and interesting area that I have a lot of interest in, and I spent a lot of time reading about and working in it and thinking about it. And sharing that with people that otherwise have difficulty accessing it is something that I like. Over the last 2 months or so, I also thought of a good few other areas that affect all of us. Confidence is one of them, that I have gathered knowledge, expertise and experience, and that might help 1 or 2 or 10 or maybe 15 of you if I find so many people to follow me. So, hey, if you don't try it, you don't know. And this is the first attempt today. The new year just has started, so it's a good idea to start at this point. But I'm not a professional. I have not done that before. I'm not a video person normally, as you know. And so this will be a best effort. I hope that it will improve. I hope that things will get better. But let's wait and see. And tell me if you like it or not. Tell me also what you don't like. It's really important. So not only the good things, but also the bad things. One of my good friends and mentor, Chris Howard, says, feedback is the breakfast of champions. So I'm happy to get a good big breakfast from you. And please help me and let me know what you think. And also let me know if you want me to talk about anything or not. Today there's nothing else to say. This is just a hello and Happy New Year. But one thought I will leave you with. And that's not about what is new, what are your goals for the new year, and make sure that you make them SMART. SMART being the abbreviation for SMART, for being specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, and time-bound. That's how goals should be structured. But I'm not talking about that today. I might talk about it another time. But one thing that you might want to look at is this. If you look back on the year next year, on the 31st of December 2025, and you look back and you see what you have done, what would need to happen in the next 365 days so that you say, oh, I'm impressed. This was a good year. What would have to happen? That can be whatever you choose to be, whatever is important to you. So put yourself forward to the end of the year and look back. And then maybe scribble it down. Maybe write it down somewhere where you'll find it, where you'll find the note again at some point during the year to check and see what is it that is relevant to you. And as I said, I'm not talking about formal goals, but think about what is relevant to you. It could be very trivial things, it could be very complicated, it could be very demanding things, and it could be very easy things. You are in charge of your life, and therefore you are the person who should write that down. So spend a few minutes, even if you're not the type of goal-setting person, the person that really goes into deep reflection, but spend a few minutes and think about that. And we'll talk about it again. So I will talk to you again soon. When? I don't know yet, but possibly next week. So that's all for today. Thank you. Have a nice start of this new year and take care.